Welcome back to the C-Space Studio. I'm your host, James Kotecki. This is CES 2026, and we are here with Target's EVP and Chief Information and Product Officer, Prat Vemana. Prat, welcome to the C-Space Studio.
Pleasure to be here.
Super glad to have you here. What's up? How's Target doing at CES 2026 this year? What brings you here?
It's exciting here. You know, everywhere you turn around, it's all about AI, innovation. We always have innovation at CES. But this time you cannot not miss the leap it's making in every place. So.
Absolutely. And a lot of the things on the show floor are either currently being sold or might one day be sold in Target as well or through Target. So it's all integrated, obviously.
Very true.
What are the technology trends? So when you come here, are you looking, how do you perceive CES? Are you doing meetings? Are you looking for trends? Are you walking the show floor, thinking about technology at a higher level? How do you do this?
It's a combination. It's a great question because the show has become really big. I mean, there's just so much innovation wherever you turn around. So we do have preset meetings where we are, getting that private moment and understanding roadmap, not what you just see in the shelf or like what's in the display, but like the next few years of roadmap. And also, walking the floor, meeting some of the startups and innovators. It's a combination of things actually, right?
So you mentioned AI. Well, let's talk about it. Where is AI delivering value for the work that you're doing today?
I think about amplifying talent with AI. Yeah. That's the core of what we do. Imagine if you're a creative designer, allowing the designer to do more, in more creativity, if you will, actually, right? Or if you're a team member facing a guest, making sure that you can prioritize that time over tasks. Mm-hmm. So if you look at every example, the role of AI is to allow to bring the best of the humanity, and how do we make sure that we embed AI in everything that they do in their day-to-day. It's not one of those things where you just go use AI and then you move on, but it has to be interlaced in everything that you do so that it's useful to you and do the best for you as a person in a day.
So then do you have a testing and feedback process within the organization that you can say, okay, we tried to deploy AI in this way, these things worked, these things didn't, these things can be addressed?
Yeah, absolutely. I think especially the pace of change in technology right now is so fast. So if you think about, we talk at Target, we talk about merchandising authority that's design and style led, and creating the best guest experience and completely powered by technology. Whether it's design or style and helping merchants to get to the best of it, or whether it's the guest experience that we are creating in the store, all of them are evolving. The best way to evolve is experiment our way into it so that we test multiple ideas and progress. So absolutely, that's the best way to lean in. Don't be shy, just lean in and test actually.
When you talk about the guest experience in the store, from the consumer's perspective, is the idea, will they notice the AI, or will the AI be doing things that enable me as the consumer not to notice it because I can deal with the associate more, for example, the team member, and not have to worry about other things?
Absolutely. The best AI implementation is you don't know it's actually AI.
Okay.
Right? If I'm a store director, right, I open the app, I manage anywhere from 200 to 500 people store. When I open the app, it should automatically prioritize 5 things that I should pay attention to today. Yeah. Right? I shouldn't go ask AI to get it for me. It is there for you actually. Another example I'll give you. If you're shopping Target app, you just added, let's say, a table, coffee table. You shouldn't be thinking about, okay, what should be the right tabletop item to go on it, or the area rug. It should automatically curate for you. So that is the best form of AI. Actually.
Just work in a way that feels seamless.
Correct.
There's that famous saying, I can't remember who said it, but like AI is whatever people think computers can't do yet. And then once it's possible, it doesn't feel like magic anymore, and people stop thinking of that as the frontier. It just becomes normal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
One thing that I think people are still very much experimenting with is the use of generative AI as far as advertising, creative, and many other ways.
Correct.
Tell me about philosophically how you're approaching that.
Yeah. Generative AI. So it's such a transformative phase. Like, so generative AI, what it has done is it made AI accessible.
Yes.
With natural language. So we always had machine learning and modeling and so on and so forth. It became more accessible. Then you say, okay, how do you use that now actually, right? I'll give you a good example of this. When I talked about Target being style and design destination. So that means our designers are thinking ahead actually. So we have this product called Trend Brain. So think about runway models, designs, nature and colors.
Yeah.
Pull all of the things that goes into a creative process to think about what's going to happen next spring, next fall, next summer. Now, combine that with the generative AI and the LLM, all of a sudden your ability to actually now think through possibilities, test possibilities becomes much more easier. So for example, last fall, when greens, berries and blues, these shades became popular, that was an insight leveraging LLM and our creative design put together actually. That's a great example of using generative AI, but for the work that we do, applied in the right way.
I have noticed for the things that I consume just for myself, the things that even if AI is involved in it, a really smart human curating the experience can create something amazing.
Yeah.
If it's just an AI generative thing, I'm not as impressed with it, and I can obviously tell that is what that is.
Correct.
So you have to be judicious with it. Tell me about maybe the use of AI and other technologies to predict you mentioned kind of that color scheme coming up, but in terms of predicting where consumers are going and what they want, how are you leveraging AI and other technologies to do that? Because obviously you have to stock and design and create things to maybe be ahead of where consumers are actually right now.
Yeah. Such an important, I would say almost like a tilting point at the moment, right? Guests are expecting us to meet them at the moment where they are actually. We say this all the time, now it's actually happening. So an example is in a world where we were keyword based, you used to be very specific, men, shirt, red color, so we used to think how machine is going to think and give keywords. Now people have, what we see our guests in our app already moved to more descriptive searches. So they would have things like style and design choices. So for example, suggest wellness products that are low impact to the knees. Right. So all of a sudden you're getting so much information about it. So then they're expecting AI to now fully understand what that means. So immediately now we can translate into that means here are the right kind of fitness bands that you need. Here is the type of vitamins that you need to take. That context is what they're, so this idea of meeting them at the moment, where they're also willing and ready to give the information, these two match, magic happens actually.
It sounds like personalization is a big aspect of this.
Correct.
And to be able to, are you using AI to kind of personalize the way that you communicate back to the customer or the guest as far as when you give them that answer?
Correct. The word personalization is it has so many layers actually, right? So, but really it means that put me in the context and bring me the right things that I need at that moment that I need. That's relevant for me,
Is there a technology or trend that you think more people should be obsessed with?
To me, I would put the human element in the middle of it, right?
Yeah.
I talked about the amplifying the talent, right? So if we can figure out, no matter what technology it is, it's always going to be a combination. If we can bring it to bear so that as creators we can do our best job, I think to me that is when the magic happens. So to me, that's what I'm obsessed about actually. Right?
Yeah, I mean that's a great answer at a technology conference, right? Is to actually be obsessed with the trend of making sure we keep our humanity in the midst of all this. So Prat Vemana of Target, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate you here in the C-Space studio. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah.
And it is such a pleasure to have you with us here in the C-Space studio. Coming up after a short break, we have Fox, we have IAS, that's our sponsor, we have TikTok. So please stay tuned. I'm James Kotecki at CES 2026, and this is the C-Space studio.